Children, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is accounting equation. Now, first and foremost, let's understand the meaning of accounting equation. An accounting equation is a mathematical expression. What do you mean by mathematical expression? That is simple plus and minus. Okay, so what is it? An accounting equation is a mathematical expression which shows that the assets of a firm are equal to the sum of its liabilities and capital contributed by the owner. So we say that whatever firm has, okay, is the assets, correct? Now assets will always sum up, that is equal up to capital. What is capital? Investment by the owner plus liabilities. Now what do you mean by liabilities? That means external liabilities to whom we are going to pay, like creditors, if we pay any bill, anything. Okay, so whatever we pay, those are liabilities. So assets are equals to capital plus liability. Okay, now an accounting equation is based on the dual aspect concept. Now what do you mean by dual aspect concept of accounting? That means every transaction has two aspects. Two aspects means one will be debited, another will be credited. Now how? Suppose if you purchase a good. Okay, so what is the condition? You have purchased goods. Goods are coming to you in the business, right or wrong? So in part, that means if you are purchasing a goods, what you are giving? You are giving cash. Okay, so if goods are coming, cash is going, right? So two aspects are there, coming and going. Every transaction has two aspects, that is debit and credit. Coming, that is debit, going, that is credit. Okay, am I clear? Now in other words, for every debit there is a credit of equal amount. That is what I told you. If you purchase 100 rupees of goods, equally 100 rupees of cash you are paying. Okay, so 100 rupees of goods are coming and cash is going out of you. So equal amount of debit and credit. Now see down there, you can see balance sheet. Now what is balance sheet? Balance sheet, that means one is the liability part, another is the asset part. Now liabilities part is the breakup of capital plus liability. Okay, in liabilities part we write two things. One is capital. Capital means the investment of the owner. Now why do we write this capital on liability side? Because that capital is considered as an internal liability of the firm. Internal liability of the firm means owners has bring those capital, but at any cost, sooner or later, that means in future, business has to pay that back. So whatever if the business has to pay, though even in future it will come to the liabilities side. Okay, so liabilities, now plus liabilities means other liabilities. Now assets, you know, all assets which you own. Okay, so that is what it has shown over here. Now this can be cleared with the expression which I am explaining right now. See here, my assets is how much? 1 lakh. Okay, now what is my external liability? 40,000. And what is the capital? Capital, that means the amount which the owner is investing, that is 60,000. So 1 lakh, if you will equal up, that is 40 plus 60, 40,000 plus 60,000, that is liabilities plus capital. Now we turn the equation. Suppose I have asset and capital and I want to find out liability. How will I find out liability? Like we do in the maths. What we do? We take assets on the other side, or you can say capital on the other side. So what you will do? You will reduce capital from assets. So you will get liabilities. Same third condition, if you want to find out capital, what you will do? Again you will take liabilities, that is you will reduce liabilities from the asset and you will get the amount of capital. Okay, so see, if you want to find out assets, what you need? You need liabilities and capital. And suppose if you want to find out assets, what you need? You need liabilities and capital. And if suppose you need to find out liabilities, what you need? assets and capital. But do remember, in case of assets, you will add liabilities and capital. In case of liabilities, what you will do? You will reduce capital from assets. Again, if you want to find out capital, what you will do? You will take assets and reduce liabilities from that. Am I clear? Now, usefulness of accounting equation. That means how accounting equation is useful. So first is basis for double entry system of accounting. Accounting equation is the basis of double entry system of accounting, which states that every transaction affects at least two accounts. If one account is debited, any other account must be credited with equal amount. So this is what we studied above, right? That every entry has a dual aspect. So that is what they say, that accounting equation, it explains about the basis of double entry system. Next is basis for balance sheet. Now see, if you will learn accounting equation, this is just a basic. In future, this accounting equation will turn into balance sheet. Okay, so that is what it says. It is because of accounting equation that the two sides of the balance sheet are always equal at any point of time. Total assets of the firm are equal to its total liability. Now, what do you mean by total liability? Total liability is a breakup of capital plus liabilities. Do remember, okay? Total assets, that is total assets only. But if they say total liability, then total liability is what? Total liability is the breakup of capital plus liability. Okay? Next is ensures the accuracy of accounting work. Now, by the use of accounting equation, the accuracy of accounting work can be established because accounting equation always hold true with every change that occurs due to a transaction entered into the business, because it is based on dual aspect of accounting. Now that is dual aspect that you know very well, two aspects. So it shows the accuracy of the business. Accuracy means they know very well that if something is reducing, so one will be added. Okay, same amount will be added and same amount will be reduced at the same time. So what will happen? Ultimately your balance sheet will tally. Okay, that means your assets will equal up to the liabilities. Fine. So if it is not balancing, that means somewhere your accounts have a problem. Fine. So it gives you accuracy. When it shows the accuracy, you can check out your mistake behind. Fine. So that is what it means to say. Now before starting this, I want everyone to take pencil, pen or copy so that you can make this table. Okay. Now here I am going to show you classification of transactions affecting accounting equation. Now what is it? Transactions from the accounting equations viewpoint. Now with the accounting equation viewpoint, every transaction is divided in how many parts? Two parts. First is transaction affecting two items. That means only it is affecting two items. Now second is transaction affecting more than two items. Fine. Then transaction affecting two items. Now here in this case again it is classified in two parts. Transaction affecting opposite sides, transaction affecting same sides but in opposite direction. Now how? Suppose transaction affecting opposite sides. So what will happen? First case, increase in assets, increase in liabilities. Okay. Second case, decrease in liabilities, decrease in assets. Now third case, increase in assets, increase in owner's capital. Then vice versa. Vice versa means decrease in owner's capital and decrease in assets. Fine. Now next is transactions affecting same side but in opposite direction. So what is the first case? Increase in assets, decrease in another asset. Now it is on same side. It is not touching the opposite part. Opposite, that is liability part. Okay. So what is there? If there is any change in asset, change in asset only. So if there is increase in asset, the another part will affect the same part, that is asset part, and there will be decrease in asset. Now decrease in liability, increase in another liability. Okay. Now next part of the classification, that is transaction affecting more than two items. First is increase in one assets, decrease in another asset, and increase in owner's capital. Okay, again I'll repeat, increase in one asset, decrease in another asset, and increase in owner's capital. Next is increase in two assets and decrease in one asset. Okay, increase in one asset, this is third one, increase in one asset, decrease in another asset, and increase in liability. Okay, next is decrease in assets, decrease in liabilities, and increase in owner's capital. Okay, so every transaction has double effect. This is what we checked out. Don't worry at all. Down I have shown you all the examples. I will show you all the examples one by one relating to this transaction affecting equation. So don't bother right now. Just make a table so that you can relate it. Okay. Now let's understand the effect of transaction. That means practically how we will check out. Okay. So we have 3 steps to follow. Now what is the first step? Note down the step because we will follow the same step when I will check out with the examples with you all. First step is what? Ascertain the variables, that is assets, liabilities or capital of an equation affected by the transaction. So particular transaction which you are getting, first you have to check out whether it is affecting assets, liabilities or capital. Okay, so you have to ascertain that. This is your first step. Second is find out the effect in terms of increase or decrease of a transaction on the variable of an equation. Now first you ascertain the variable. Now you have ascertained the variable. So what should be your second step? You will check out whether it has increased or decreased the value. Okay, so that will be your second step. Now third step shows the effect on the opposite side of an equation and ensure that total of right hand side is equals to the total of left hand side. So what third step you have to follow? You have to show the effect on the appropriate side. So now you have ascertained what has been increased and what has been decreased. So what you will do? You will show the effect accordingly. Fine. Now when you will show the effect, you will ensure that the right hand side, that is first part, is equal to the second part. Okay, so that is what they say, that is right hand side is equals to the left hand side. Am I clear? Now let's check out the various cases of transactions affecting accounting equation. Okay, now we will go through the example. Now first case is increase in assets, increase in owner's capital. We have already checked out that. That is why I was asking you to make the table so that you can understand, relate it. So first what we are doing? We are doing increase in assets and increase in owner's capital. Now example is started business with cash 50,000. Now 50,000 cash, it is a cash. Now what is cash? Actually cash is a asset, right or wrong? If we are owning something in a business, that is our asset. Now cash is what? Cash is an asset, but then it is an investment by the proprietor, and any investment by the proprietor is known as what? Capital. So our first step was what? To ascertain the variables. Now we will ascertain the variables. What is cash? Cash is divided in two parts, or that is it has two aspects. One, it is assets, and another it is capital also. Okay, now second part was what? What is increase and what is decrease, right? That is what we will check out. What effect it is giving to the transaction. So what effect it is giving to the transaction? My capital is increasing by 50,000 and equally my cash is increasing by 50,000. Okay, that is assets is equals to what? Liabilities plus capital. My asset is 50,000. What is my liability? So far nothing. What is my capital? 50,000. So 0 plus 50,000 will give me what? 50,000. Okay. Now next is decrease in assets, decrease in owner's capital. Okay. Now let's take an example. Withdrawn cash 2000 for personal use. Do remember, I have already told you all the terms. Personal use, that means any withdrawal for the personal use is what? Drawings. Okay, so do remember, any withdrawal by the proprietor for personal use is what? Drawings. So what is this? Withdrawn cash 2000 for personal use. Let's ascertain first which transaction, which variable it will affect. It will affect what? Cash is reduced, right? So it will affect assets and equally it will affect capital. Why? Because owner has withdrawn that for personal use. Fine. So if the owner has withdrawn, that means he is taking out of his capital. When he is taking out of his capital, that means capital will be affected. So my first step was to ascertain the transaction. So it is affecting two transactions, capital and assets, that is cash. Okay. Now second step was what effect it is giving. Now capital, that means what owner is doing? Owner is withdrawing from the capital. That means capital is reducing, decreasing, right? Now same the case of asset, as cash is going from the business. That means cash is also reduced. Okay. Now what was the third step? We will check out the effect on the transaction. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital, right? This is what the equation is. So what is my asset currently? That means whatever I have been in the business, that is 2000, right? Now 2000, so far liability 0, capital 2000, right? So that means 0 plus 2000 will give me 2000. Now here we will circle 2000. Why we will circle 2000? That means we will keep it in the bracket. Circle, that doesn't mean we will put circle. Circle means we will put 2000 in bracket. Now what this bracket shows? Now in accounting, when you put any number in bracket, that means it is in minus. Okay? Is it clear? So what you will do? You will put this 2000 in bracket. Why? Because it is a withdrawal. Clear? Now next, one more example we will take of such kind so that you can understand much better. Goods destroyed by fire, 5000. Okay. So now again, what is the effect? Goods is being destroyed by fire. Goods means what? The stock which I have. Now stock is what? Asset again. Okay. Now again it is destroying 5000 ka goods. That means it is destroying a part of capital with the owner. Why? Because it was the stock which was lying in the company. So it was a part of capital. So two transactions, or you can say two variable which is being affected is assets and capital. Now second step, we will see whether it is increase or decrease. Okay, now it is destroyed by fire. That means it is burnt out. Burnt out, that is stock is what? Decreasing. Again, capital is what? Decreasing. Why? Because it is been gone, right? Now let's check out the equation. What is my equation? Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Now what is my asset? 5000. Again 5000 is in loss. Minus. Okay. So if my 5000 is in minus, what I will do? I will put in bracket. Why? Because this 5000 is destroyed by fire. It is not in existence. Okay. So what I will do? I will put this asset in bracket. Previous also 2000, I will put asset 2000 in bracket. Why? Because it is minus reduction of asset. Okay. So any reduction we will put in bracket. Now liabilities, so far we have nothing. 5000 again capital we will show in bracket as it is reduction. Okay. Next is increase in assets, increase in liabilities. Now the best example, purchase goods for 5000 on credit. So what we have done? We have purchased 5000 of goods on credit. Now which are the two transactions which are affected? Now first we have purchased goods. That means my stock is increasing. Some goods are coming to my store. So what is there? Whatever stock I have is increased. Okay. Same equally I have taken that goods on credit, udhar pay. Okay. Now that means I have to pay this amount in future. So my creditors will increase. Okay. Next is Second step. So what is the condition, whether it is increasing or decreasing? My asset is also increasing, my liability is also increasing, right? Why my asset is increasing? Because my stock is increasing. Why my liability is increasing? Because creditors, that means the one to whom I will pay in future, is also increasing. Now I will check out my equation. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. So 5,000 is my assets, that is stock. Then liabilities, external, creditors are external liability. Okay, 5,000. What is my capital? 0. So ultimately result 5,000. Okay. Now let's take one more example of same kind. Second example is borrowed rupees 5,000 from A. So what is the condition? Now again I will ascertain my variables. If I have borrowed from A, what is the case? My asset is increasing. What is coming to me? Cash is coming, right? Now A is what? Lender. So it is my liability. So one effect it is going on asset, another effect it is going on liability. Okay. Second step, I will check out whether it is what kind of effect it is, whether it is increasing the variable or decreasing the variable. So when cash is coming to me, my variable is increased. Now A is the lender to whom I have to pay in future. So if I have to pay in future, that means my liabilities has also increased. Again equally I will check out my equation. 5,000 is my assets, 5,000 is a liability, no capital. Okay, so assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Fine, so it is balanced, 5,000 both the sides. Am I clear? Now let's take one more example related to the same situation. Commission received in advance. That means commission means we have worked out for something, and for that we have received a commission. Okay, and that commission we have received in advance, that means before time. So which transaction it is affecting? First and foremost, we are receiving commission, that is we are receiving cash. Now what is cash? Cash is an asset. Okay, next is, if any asset, do remember, if any cash which we will receive in advance beforehand, so that part is our liability. So any income received in advance is a liability. Okay, so it is next variable it is touching is liability. Second step, what is it doing? Increasing or decreasing? So assets, cash, as cash is coming, cash is increased, asset is increased. Equally liabilities is increased. Why? Because it has been received in advanced. Okay, so third step, again I'll check out my equation. That is the assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Asset is 1,000, liability is 1,000, no capital so far, so it will be liabilities plus capital equals to asset. Okay, next is decrease in assets, decrease in liabilities. We'll take some examples related to this. First is payment to creditors for 10,000. So here what we are doing, we are paying to the creditors what? How much amount? 10,000. Okay, now we'll check out the variables. We are paying, that means cash is going. So cash means asset. Okay, now creditors, they are what? Liabilities. So two variables which are affected is cash and creditors, right? So creditor is the liability, cash is a asset. This is my first step. I have ascertained my variable. Now what it is doing, increasing or decreasing? We are paying to the creditors. Paying, that means my liability is reduced, cancelled, right? Next, if cash is going, that means cash is going from us. Again cash is also reduced, decreased. So liability is decreased, assets also decrease. Fine. I think now you can check out your variable equation very well. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Okay, sum out, check out the answer. Okay, now next condition, that is second example. Return goods coming rupees 5,000 on suppliers. That means we are returning goods of rupees 5,000 to the supplier. Now if we return the goods, that means what is the thing which is affecting? Stock. Why? Because goods is something which is lying in my stores. So stores, that is stock. Okay, again what I have done, I have returned the goods. Okay, so returning the goods, that means I am giving it to the creditors. Fine, I have purchased it on credit, so that is, they are my creditors, I am returning them. That means what are the two things which are being affected? That is, one is stock, that is assets, another is creditors, that is liability. Okay, now what effect it is putting? Stock, as it is going, goods are going, stock is reduced, that is decrease. Okay, equally liabilities, as creditors will receive the goods, so my liability is also decreased. Again I'll check out my equation, that is assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Okay, next is increase in assets, decrease in another asset. Okay, what is the condition again? Increase in assets, decrease in another asset. So what is the example? Purchase of goods, or you can say furniture, for cash 20,000. Okay, now what are the two things, two variables which are affected? That is cash and stock, or you can say furniture. Okay, anything. Now these are the two variables. Now what kind of effect? What I have done, I have purchased. Okay, purchase, that means cash is going from me. Fine, so cash is going, that is cash is reduced. Now what is increasing? What is coming to me? Stock, goods are coming, or you can say furniture, whatever I have purchased, right? So whatever I have purchased, that means it is increased, asset is increased. Okay, again I'll check out my variable. What is my asset which has been increased? That is 20,000. Fine, now my liabilities, that is nothing. Now I have given my cash. Okay, so I have given my cash, that means my cash is reduced. So it has the same effect, that means same side ka effect. No liabilities, no capital. Clear? Next is decrease in liabilities, increase in another liability. Again same side effect. Previously we have checked the same side of effect on assets. Here we are checking the same side of effect on liabilities. Now let's take one example, that is settlement of creditors of rupees 20,000 by issuing of bills of exchange. That means we are paying in a kind, not in a cash. Okay, in a kind, that means we are giving a legal document. Bills of exchange, I have already explained, it's a legal document in writing that is promising that I will pay you on so and so date, at that time, particular time, place, everything. Okay, so that is settlement of creditors. Now which are the two variables which are being affected? One is creditor. Creditor, that means it is my liabilities. Okay, now we are giving to them bills payable. Why bills payable? Because we are promising them that we will pay you later. Pay means payable, so bills payable. So bills payable again is a liability. Okay, now second step, that means ascertaining whether it is increasing or decreasing. Now when I am giving it to the creditors, they are settled down, that means they are relaxed. Now my creditor is reduced. Okay, but I have given what? Bills of payable. Bills of payable, that means a legal document promising. So my bills of payable has increased. So when you will later on, we will check out the the variables of all assets and liabilities. When we will check out the variables of assets and liabilities, you will check out that in liability side, creditors are being mentioned and bills payable also are being mentioned. Okay, so you will check out that. So my creditors has decreased, but bills payable, as I have given, so it has increased. If I check out my this equation, assets equals to what? Liabilities plus capital. So liabilities, that means reduction of 20,000, right? Capital, that is no capital, but then there is addition of 20,000, same in liabilities, right? See, my one liability, that is creditor, is reduced, that is 20,000 in bracket. Then again I will add 20,000, that is increased bills payable, right? Ultimately it will result in what? 0. There is no capital. So asset is 0, even liabilities plus capital is also ultimately results in 0.